And continue massaging your head and just allowing the whole week to kind of release. Circle around the ears, continue your breath. You might have made a mess of your hair. If you did, that's okay. And now, find a very comfortable position. Again, I just want to welcome everyone to finding movement through meditation. My name is Christina Bermudez. I teach movement and meditation every week on Clubhouse from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it was downpouring earlier today, but now it's sunny, and so let's just allow the idea of the sun. We're going to find a comfortable position, take a few deep breaths. Allow the idea of the sun rays to be hitting our skin. And kind of just allow yourself to be open and receptive. That's what today's movement and meditation will be about. Being receptive, being available. So we're just going to be available for the next minute, which means just loosen up your skin, your joints, your jaw, your mouth. Feel the warm sun rays touching your skin, or imagine that you have warm sun rays touching your skin. And just allow everything that's in your space to be absorbed within yourself. And just think about that while taking deep breaths for about a minute. Open the ears, open the ears, open the joints, open your eyes, open your eyebrows, open your nostrils, open your mouth slightly, and just allow yourself to absorb everything. Take it in with gratitude, welcome it, expect it, anticipate it. Allow your heart to accept it. Allow your heart to open up. Excellent. And once you feel open, lighthearted, like a feather floating in the sky, maybe start to move your head around gently. Keep on bringing it back and forth, right and left, right and left. Try not to engage the neck. Try to just allow the head to lead, and you're keeping the neck relaxed. Maintain the breath. Great. And now we're here. Move the head up and down like a yes motion. Keeping the jaw relaxed. Trying to leave the neck as out of it as possible. Try not to engage that. Good. And now think of something in your life. It could be a person that you know, it could be a family member, it could be a loved one, it could be an inanimate object. Think of someone that you know who absorbs and welcomes, anticipates, who's available. Available for opportunity, available for change, available to be receptive, availability. And put that person, thing, or feeling in your mind. And try to visualize it until maybe it becomes a real image in your mind. I get stuck on this idea sometimes because openness, I feel like I am an open person, yet when you put the idea of being available and open and, able and just available, present, I find myself having a struggle with that part of it. So let's try to be as present as possible and maybe just think about slowing down the time right now. How can we slow it down? We can slow it down by moving slower than we usually would to do normal things. We could slow it down by just observing the room in a really specific way. Really take your time. So I've been moving my head and neck for a while, so you can go ahead and start wiggling the toes and the feet and the hands. Just kind of awaken everything up. Get the senses going. Kind of feel like you're engaging a stretch, that you're just still at the moment. Really reach out, touch your skin, massage your arms, massage your neck. Allow yourself to really sense the place that you're in right now. Pull your hair, tug the ears, behind the ears, on the head. Maybe bring the knees up. Roll the spine. Be really available to gravity. Be available to the way that your body moves and doesn't want to move. Be available to some changes you didn't maybe expect to happen as you're moving. Just go with the flow. Be available. Almost as if you have no muscle and you just have bone. We're going to focus with that idea for a moment. The idea of just having bone and no muscle. So we can fold and we can move around. We have a little bit of muscle, right? But then how do we act? How do we react? When you fall or when you want to fold, you have no muscle, you just have bones, right? So follow and trace your bones right now in this space, whether you're standing or laying down. Allow yourself to move with a lightheartedness, with a carefree sensation, and it's not heavy. You're not engaging your muscles, you're just moving your joints around, kind of. Let's get started with ideas of rotation. Maybe you want to rotate the leg in the hip socket, or rotate the feet, ankles, or rotate your elbows and your wrist. You can do this on your own. You can do this physically through physically touching your own body and rotating your body parts. Let's do that for a minute or two and just kind of find your range of motion without engaging the muscles. Keep everything very relaxed to let it react to itself. It may feel a little bit like breaking apart and putting back together, decomposing, breaking apart and putting it back together. And if you haven't done so already, try to find movement that is a little bigger now, right? So maybe we're doing some stretches, rolling around, twisting our spines, raising our arms. Yawning, because yawning is being accepting and being available. Open your eyes. Keep the toes engaged. Maybe give yourself a little stretch. And then kind of start to speed up a little to get that sense of moving actively. Maybe there's a little bit more muscle now. Maybe there's a little more tension, but we're essentially elongating and then folding back and really using our bones and stretching out because we're available. Trying not to make too much noise on the floor so that you can hear me, but at the same time I am trying to be available. So listen to what your body wants in the space. And find some momentum so you can get to your next level. If you were laying down, maybe that means you're seated. If you were standing, maybe that means you're standing taller, or, maybe if you were very loosey-goosey, foldy-bony, maybe now you have a little more engagement and it feels more like you're moving through air. Not moving through water because it has more tension, but moving through air. And maybe you're making a wind tunnel for yourself, using your arms and your head, your hands. And now I'm kind of rolling on my sits bones to try to massage them on the floor. If you're standing, maybe you're rolling your sits bones on the wall. Maybe you're just putting your hands on yourself. Just really give yourself a massage using the space that you have, using the walls that you have, the bookshelves, the refrigerator, the floor. And we're finding lots of range of motion right now. We're kind of just exploring with flow and air and seeing kind of where our body wants to move today. Part of me feels like I'm in the bottom of the ocean, but the water's not so thick. It's more of an airy ocean. I'm just allowing myself to awaken. I haven't moved too much today. I mostly have been doing admin work, so I'm trying to find a flow. Maybe pop the ankles. Awesome. And then let's start getting on our all fours, on our all hands and feet, and kind of putting weight on the hands and on the wrists and engaging our shoulders, our abdomens, our ankles, our butt, our stretch, almost like we're in a downward dog, but we're kind of crawling around, putting weight over our hands and shoulders. So it's engaging our abs, right? Because we're in a plank position essentially. And we're just letting our body go through in between engagement, fluidity, movement, engagement, fluidity, and movement. And if I'm going too fast for you today, maybe slow it down for yourself based on your breath. Let's all take a breath together anyway. 6 inhales, 6 exhales. If you can, find yourself in a plank position, and we'll hold the plank while we do 5 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Engage the abs. Inhale. Exhale. That was 3. Inhale, might be hard, it's okay. Exhale. 5. You might be warming up here like I am. Last one. Excellent. If you were seated, find a standing place. If you were standing, find a seated place. Now I'm warm. I warmed my body up. I have a little bit of a sweat. Let's not stop the momentum, and let's just kind of find a neutral place and sway side to side. Right now I'm standing. I'm balancing between my right foot and my left foot. And I'm just allowing that intense plank moment to kind of settle within my body, awaken my soul, open my eyes. Excellent. So now, if we were seated, we were standing now. If we were standing, we were seated. So let's find our availability in this new spot. What does that mean for you, availability? For me, it means being present in the moment, really taking in everything that's around you, everything that's happening. And maybe take a walk around the space that you're in. Just allow yourself to walk around at your own pace. Allow yourself to look at an object in the room. Kind of think about where that object has been. Is it just there? Did you put it there? Did someone else put it there? Is it always there? What was its life before you had it? Like a hair tie. The hair tie was in the store before I bought it, but I've had the hair tie for a long time. The hair tie has stayed in a cup on my sink, but since I misplaced my other hair tie, this one has now become my main one. So now it's living its fullest potential that it had intended for it. So go around the room and kind of find things, look at them, admire them, think about their history, where they came from, where they're going. And then allow yourself to kind of embody these things, right? So if I was a hair tie, maybe I'm embodying this squiggly hair tie. Maybe I'm dancing as if I was a hair tie, or if I'm an earring. What does that look like? A gold hoop earring. Maybe I'm just still. Maybe I'm thick and dense. Maybe I'm rolling off the shelf. Find another object in the room and kind of do the same idea. Where are you from? Why are you here? Where are you going? What do you feel like? What do you embody? What's the shape? Excellent. Find even smaller details, things that you wouldn't necessarily call a thing, but indeed it is, because everything is a thing. Everything is made up of particles and atoms. Look below you. Look above. Maybe now think about as if there was a ball behind your head or neck, or if there was a remote control controlling your head, right? So you feel that something's behind your head holding it as you continue these tasks. It kind of allows your eyeballs to gaze to different places. Notice the things around you. Excellent. Awesome. And continue finding things. There's infinite amount of things in our space. So there's never nothing to look at. You always have something to look at. And maybe engage different body parts. If maybe you're using your arms and shoulder a lot, maybe thinking about using your hip as a paintbrush, or your knee as a paintbrush, your foot as a paintbrush. You could attach two body parts to each other as well. So you could have your elbow and your foot be moving in the same direction as these things. How does it feel? Notice how it makes you move, what awareness you have, right? Because we've been practicing our awareness and our availability. So how do you feel when you know that two parts of your body, two parts of your mind are connected, but not physically connected, emotionally, mentally connected? muscularly connected through our ecosystem in our body, but my elbow is very much detached from my knee. My belly button is very far away from my forehead. My ear and my left pinky toe are quite opposite from each other. So find those relationships. I'm particularly liking the ear. I feel like it's making some opposition I didn't think. Continue with your breath, but also continue finding these things in your space. Thinking about where they came from. Maybe, were they in a box before you got it? Was it in someone else's home before you got it? Is it cold? Is it warm? And now how does it feel? And where do you see it going? You're really witnessing all the possibilities of its life. And so practicing availability because you're taking it in and also letting it go. Seeing it now, but also imagining the future. We'll do that for 2 more minutes. Just continue your breath and continue finding these connections between your mind, the physical realm, your eyes, your body, your imagination, and whatever speed you're going at now. Let's do this again for another 2 minutes, but at a faster rate. Allow yourself maybe to sweat even, right? This is finding movement through meditation. So, our goal is to find some movement to kind of help us close out our week, start our weekend. So let our hearts kind of get fast. Hearts pumping, heartbeats rising, blood's pumping. Continuing the breath, being aware of everything in this space. Not overthinking your movement, because you're being receptive to how your whole body feels right now. Focusing maybe in your mind, in your body. Excellent. And just allow yourself for this last minute to really go crazy while keeping those relationships, keeping those mind tasks. And even when you think you're at a 10, you might not be at a 10, so try to get more faster, larger movement, looser neck, looser spine, allow the breath to really breathe inside your body. Good. So close that out. 30 seconds. Continue the breath. Continue the breath. Continue the breath. Excellent. And find yourself to a smaller place. And if you're sweating, good for you. And if you're not, that's okay. Faster, deeper breaths. We'll take this rhythm. Try to find some movement now. Again, in this rhythm, a little bit faster. Now we're in a tempo. So how does that allow your mind to be receptive? Because you're thinking about time, you're going at a different speed, you have less time to think about things. So how can you focus for just another 2 minutes on moving with all those thought tasks, those relationships, But now in a rhythm. 1, 2, 1, 2. Does it limit your movement? Does it expand your movement? Pick 3 things in the space and focus this faster mentality for another minute. Open your eyeballs. Allow the sun to continue to be absorbed by your body, by your skin. We have 30 more seconds. And even if you've looked at these spaces in your house, in your home, in your apartment before, how can you interpret them differently, right? I think thinking of the past, its current life, the future of a life is one way to not get so attached to the moment that we're in now. And allow us to cool down a bit. Kind of walk around if you need to. Make sure that jaw is still released. Excellent. Now find the same position that you started in, whether you've been laying down or standing up. I just want to say a few things before we end this movement and meditation. First, let's just be in the silence. Let our body resonate like a shavasana, what it has just gone through, what it has just witnessed. Open the eyes if they're closed. Try to imagine where the breath is exhaling out of you too. Pardon me, I was about to sneeze one more time. Once more. Kind of just look around the room with your eyeballs only and think about everything we were just aware of, receptive of, available for, available to. And that sensation after we, held the plank for a minute, danced at level 10 for a minute, let the cardio come to us with 2 beats, with a short, fast beat stepping. With the awareness, there's a lightheartedness, there's a happiness, there's a sense of warm sun rays coming into your body. Allow yourself to remember that in your body, how you felt, how your mind felt, how your body felt, how the back of your head felt. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining Finding Meditation Through Movement. I will see you next week, 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Allow the body to digest. Allow the subconscious to digest.